Good morning, good morning, good morning. Greetings from the beautiful city of Cincinnati. This is your boy Deontay. I'm back with a new video. If you're new to the channel, if you'd be so kind to subscribe. Also, if you're returning, you know what to do. Tap the like, tap the like, tap that like for your boy. It's much appreciated. That's the best support. It's free. Just to hit the like, leave a comment, and let me know what you think about the video. But today on this beautiful Sunday, just want to give thanks to the Most High for allowing me to see another day and allowing us who are joining to see another day. But before we jump into the topic, just want to kind of set the groundwork for the video. Want to kind of talk to y'all this morning on why I quit my 9-to-5 and became a full-time cleaner. That's right. I went on ahead and I got tired of the 9-to-5 hustle, the 9-to-5 every day grind. It became overwhelming just a tad bit, and just wanted to branch off and do my own thing. A lot of things I ran into in the 9-to-5 was just dealing with multiple personalities of different people, dealing with the workplace drama, workplace politics, just everything that comes with that 9-to-5 toxic environment. It drove me out to just go ahead and do my own thing. I've always been a creative type of guy and creative type of person, innovative type of person. And I felt I was restricted in that 9-to-5 setting. 9-to-5, 3 to 11, 2 to 10, whatever it was I was doing. And it was times where I was working multiple jobs, and it was just dealing with all that. I said, it's time for me to branch off and do my own thing. So I remember being on a regular job and having to pick up side work in order to make ends meet, paying child support and, paying market rent, being solo, no partner to help me, financially, because in this economy, man, you need, and a lot of times we need to have that partner, to help you make ends meet. And so I was forced to, get multiple jobs just to sustain myself and sustain my kids or whatever. But in the midst of all that, I had picked up a part-time job as a cleaner. I was, working for a janitorial company, making like $10 an hour, going out cleaning office buildings and stuff like that. And I enjoyed that, actually. I actually enjoyed it. I was under the leadership of a black guy. He was a black entrepreneur. I seen him doing his thing. He was able to take care of his kids, and he was driving nice. He carried himself well. I seen he had a way with people when he was, meeting with the point of contact at these locations. They all just kind of like, there was an aura about this guy that just all these people love this guy. And I looked up to him, man. Like, I really looked up to him, and I started picking his brain like, man, how did you go about doing this? And he actually shared the nuggets, man. A lot of times you run into people that don't want to share the inside scoops to give you the nuggets, to tell you what you got to do or whatever. And he took time out and told me, like, yeah, you just got to, find you one of those third-party companies like the Jam Pros, the Janet Kings, the Coveralls. It's a lot of companies like those franchise companies that will allow you to become a franchisee and invest into your own company, and they will find the accounts for you, and you just hit the road running. So I was interested in doing that. Now, this was a time where I was struggling, didn't have no money, and I was like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna come up with some money to invest in myself. I just got to keep on grinding, I guess. But it was very helpful, and that was always a dream of mine, to start my own company, my own cleaning company. But being in the 9-to-5 world and dealing with just the workplace politics, workplace drama, people backbiting, backstabbing, it just wasn't for me. It wasn't. Being on the clock, chained to a phone, basically, because I had a lot of customer service jobs. I did a little bit of everything, man, because I really didn't know what my purpose was. I didn't know what I was out here to do. I thought customer service was my thing, and I was always looking for those customer service type jobs. I remember one time being a human resources coordinator or whatever. I was basically doing all the recruiting and everything. I was a recruiter, bringing in new hires and doing the onboarding and all that good stuff. And that was cool. But even that became an issue with politics. You have individuals that will create problems for you to try to get you up out of the position because they have somebody else in mind for the position. And I was a man of color, and I had in this position. I'm gonna be real. It was a few white ladies in the office. They was trying to get another young white lady into a position, and they was trying to create problems for me. And I peeped game, and I'm like, hey, she can, I can step down, and she can have it. I'll give y'all my 2 weeks, and y'all find somebody that can do it. Y'all feel like somebody else can do it better, y'all do that. But I went on ahead and started doing some highway construction. I was on the road doing some road work. That wasn't working out. I was gone weeks at a time. I was raising my oldest son by myself, solo or whatever. And, I had to be home to monitor him because he was a teenager. And, teenage boys start becoming interested in girls. And, I had caught a cell phone message in his phone inviting the girl over to let her know, hey, my dad would be out of town on Wednesday. He'd be gone. You can come over and kick it. I wasn't having that. I wasn't trying to be a granddaddy. Still not a granddaddy, and I like it that way. But this job was very rewarding. I got paid really, really well. $2,500 to $2,800 a week after taxes, after child support, and I was on child support for 6 kids. So, bringing home that type of money every week after all that, I was doing pretty good for myself. And it was nice. The only thing I didn't like, it was a union job, and I was dealing with I myself being the only man of color on my team, and I'm traveling across the United States doing the highway construction. Very dangerous job with a few of my team members that were, I'll put it like this, they weren't used to working with people of color, and it showed in the way they spoke to me and the way they just conducted themselves, period. I felt very uncomfortable, and I didn't feel safe. And when you back me into a corner like that, I'm bound to snap. So before I, went off and end up in jail for really doing something that I was probably going to regret, well, I probably wouldn't regret because they needed to be put in a place. But I just rather had just went on head back to the 9-to-5 world, office environment. And it just wasn't working out, man. Like, I went back to doing that, took a huge pay cut, and it just wasn't working out. But long story short, I ended up losing my mom in 2019. Very tragic, unexpected. I'm still dealing with that. Still dealing with it. I deal with it in my own way, But she left me some insurance money for my sisters and I, and I took what she left me, part of it, and invested into me a cleaning company. So it meant a lot to me. Even I lost my mother, but it meant a lot to me starting this company up because of how the finances came for me to even go out and do that. So I take my work very serious. Every time I get a contract, anytime I get some work, I take it very, very, very serious. Because, the way I had to, get the company started or whatever, if I could take it all back, my mom would still be here with me. And I would trade it all. But, with losing her and, taking what she left for me, I went and handled business. I didn't go out blowing money and splurging, doing nothing stupid. I went and got my franchise company or whatever. Went out and got my equipment, and my partner and I, my wife, we hit the ground running. Now, we were delayed slightly because of the pandemic or whatever. So it delayed us with getting going because a lot of stuff was shut down. So I was still kind of working, even though I had my company and everything. I was still out here working. I remember having to work White Castle part-time, and I was working another job part-time as well. And being at these jobs and dealing with these condescending ass managers and just people that don't have a clue about life, period. I mean, they might have a clue, but when it comes to understanding and comes to really being having humility and empathy, they don't have it. These people don't possess it. They have the wrong people in these positions because life happens. Not saying I missed a lot of work, because I didn't miss no work for real, but if you have kids and everything, and say an emergency come up, they act like they don't understand, but I'm not the type to just miss work or call off. I'm always there on time, uniform, pressed, looking good. Hygiene is always on point. Took my jobs very serious, but sometimes you get in these jobs, you have these young kids that are your manager, you way more experienced than they are, trying to tell you what to do and don't know how to really convey the message, and it come off very rude and very condescending. I dealt with a lot of condescending ass folks in my time of working a 9 to 5. Just condescending, very insulting, judge a book by its cover. And I'm telling you, I'm very highly educated, but I can tell these companies don't take a look at your resumes before they really hire people. If they was looking at my resume, I wouldn't come in at these positions that I was given at these companies. They would probably boost me up a few positions with the knowledge I have and with the skills I have and with the education that I have and the experience that I have. But that's neither here nor there. I got my company started, finally hit the ground running after they started opening up again. And, we was wearing masks and everything, going out there, hitting the ground running. But I really, really had to get out of that 9 to 5 attitude. And I wish that a lot more people would get out of that attitude of where they feel like they got to go punch somebody else's clock and help them achieve their goals and help them achieve their dreams. Because these jobs, you're expendable, man. They don't care. They don't care. They do not care none about their employees. A lot of them don't. You have some companies that do, but it's very rare where you find a company that really genuinely cares for their employees' well-being and really are understanding when it comes to life situations. I remember losing my mother. I was working at McDonald's part-time. I've never thought I was above or too good for a job. I had a part-time job at McDonald's and a full-time. I can't remember where I was working full-time, but I was at McDonald's. And when I came back to let them know when I would be available, I went and talked to one of the managers on site. She said, "Oh, yeah, you're the one whose mom passed away," and giggled. I looked at her like, "Bitch, are you serious?" So, yeah, I knew there was really time for me just to shut it down and just focus on myself and focus on what I had to do to build myself up. And I can honestly say that it was very, very rewarding. It was the best decision I've made. One of the best decisions I made in my life, by becoming self-employed and quitting my 9 to 5. I enjoy cleaning. I enjoy going out. It's barely anybody. Like, a lot of the facilities I clean, I have one where it's people that's still there that we service during the day. But for the most part, about 98% of my contracts are nobody's there. I'm able to do what I got to do without no interruptions, without no BS, without nobody over my back. monitoring everything I'm doing. I'm good at what I do, so I don't get no negative feedback or anything. I make sure I'm up on everything, just making sure I'm paying attention to details and going above and beyond and make sure the customer is happy, you know. And I got the receipts to prove it, you know. The customers are very pleased with the work. And when I do meet my point of contact, or if I have to call with a question, or if I need to call and let them know if they out of product or something, like, well, now I'm actually the one that orders all the product for a lot of my facilities. Like, these people trust me so much. They got me to where I actually order their products for them and everything like that. Everything they need, I oversee all that. And it's just been a really good, positive thing, because I feel like I get the respect that I deserve for the most part, with owning my own company. You know, when you come in to a lot of these jobs, they look at you, especially a person of color, like you just don't know shit, or you just, oh, he only be here or she only be here for this or that long, and they're not gonna last. They already got the odds stacked against you when you come into these jobs. But coming in as an owner, CEO, the HNIC, I get a lot more respect. You know, it's a lot more respect. And, you know, well, you can tell when I walk in the building or whatever, when I'm meeting with, you know, the GMs and the owners of these facilities and stuff, that they know the way I walk, that I command respect, you know, and my work speaks for itself. Not trying to toot my own horn. I'm not trying to be arrogant, but it feels good as a man of color to get the respect. Just to get the respect when you walk into these facilities, knowing that you the head man in charge. You know what I'm saying? And that you provide good services, and this customer is going to be very pleased, and they have nothing but positive things to say about you. You know, I did start off with a third party at first, but, you know, starting off with a third party, there was a lot of fees associated with that, and there was a lot of money coming out when you're going through a franchise company or whatever. You're a franchisee, you're paying a lot of royalty fees and just a lot of admin fees, a lot of fees, just unnecessary stuff, for real, to be honest. So I took it upon myself to sell myself and go out here and get my own contracts by myself. You know, I did a lot of research and put a lot of stuff together, a lot of brochures. I basically became my own branded my company, and went out and just sold myself. And that was one of the best. That was another one of the best decisions I made in life, was to just brand my company and get out here and do what I had to do. You know, one of the best decisions I ever made. I'm able to provide for my family. I'm able to employ people now. Now that part, the having employees, what you find is that a lot of people don't want to work now. People just don't want to work. You deal with a lot of laziness. You have a high turnover, even though you pay people more, because I understand what it is out here to be paying bills. Market rent has, the cost of living has went up. So what I do is I pay my employees and my team members what I feel is enough for a part-time job to be able to really handle a lot of their bills, and just to be that extra income, that supplemental income to really help them. I really try to take care of my folks, you know, but that's neither here nor there. Just a lot of people don't appreciate nothing. And I'm really noticing why you got to sometimes be that kind of boss that's just like no BS and is just really stern with people, because if you be too nice, people will try to walk over you. But it's really been a blessing to be able to get rid of the 9-to-5 crap and just work for myself. I make my own schedule. I'm making triple what I made working, doing highway construction, minus the BS, minus the stress of being on the road, just doing really good in life right now. Not perfect, could be better, but I'm grateful for being self-employed and being able to be in a position where I can take care of my family, as well as educate other people on how to be self-employed. Being in business for 4 years and constantly growing each year has enabled me to be able to educate others and teach classes and help other people, put other people in position to where they're self-employed now. I like to open up people's eyes to, finding out what it is that you're good at, something that you're passionate about, and changing that into a stream of income, because you're going to be happy. You will be a lot happier and a lot less stressed in life when you're doing something that you are passionate about and something that you love and something that you enjoy. I encourage people to find out what it is that you're good at. Utilize your talent to its fullest potential. I don't care if you're a producer, a writer, whatever it is you're good at, crafting, crocheting. Turn that into a stream of income. A podcaster, YouTuber. I like YouTube and I enjoy doing this YouTube thing. This has become another possible stream of income for me or whatever. And I want to use it to my advantage to be able to create another stream of income. Educating other people and providing content that is valuable to the viewer to be able to be encouraged and hopefully pursue their dreams. Like, this guy did it. And I'm telling you, man, I went through a period in life, like at least a decade, where I was just struggling so bad. Like, I remember sleeping on the floor. I mean, I had my own apartments and everything, but sleeping on the floor, no air mattress, just a comforter and a pillow. A comforter and a pillow, but I still had to grind it out. I mean, just grinding it. I would get discouraged sometimes. I will be depressed sometimes. I will be unhappy. But then I'll have to think like, man, I'm blessed because I got a roof over my head. I'm still working. I got bills out to tell, but I'm still out here able to work and sustain myself and be able to provide for my children still. So I believe with that attitude, the Lord put me in position, even though, I did tragically lose my mother and everything like that. That it hurts. It really does hurt. But the Lord has put us in the position, my sisters and I, my family and everything like that. We're in a position now where we are able to take care of our families, even though I run a business myself, but my sisters and them, they did what they had to do. Everybody's doing what they got to do. And I'm sure our mother will be proud to see that her children are really succeeding and doing what they got to do in life. We were able to pick up the pieces and pull ourselves together and push forward. I encourage you, man, if you ever dealt with loss like that, like we lost our mom, because it was always my sisters, myself, and my mother and my great grandmother. It was us, and to lose our great grandmother, and then 5 years after that, lose a mother, and it's just myself and my sisters now. We all we got. And for us to pull it together and still be able to get out here and continue on in life with that huge loss to us, it's just, I want to encourage people that you have to keep going. I can hear my mother telling me, just keep going, son. Keep going, son. And she told me that in life. She always reminded me of how proud she was because, before this cleaning thing, I was trying other ways to be able to generate income to where I'm not going to punch a clock. And all of them failed. But I didn't give up. I kept trying. So I encourage anybody that is feeling like, I'm not going to get nowhere, if not this working, to keep trying. You know, it's nothing wrong with trying and then failing. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Look at that as a victory, I would say, because at least you tried. You gave it a try. Okay, it might didn't go the way you wanted it to go, but you gave it a try. You gave it a try. You gained the experience. You gained the knowledge. You understood, like, hey, I can't make these same mistakes when I go into my next venture, and I know how to go about the next thing the right way, or use a different method. So you look at it as a lesson and a victory if you didn't succeed in something that you made an attempt at and it failed. Don't give up on yourself. You know, I encourage people to educate themselves thoroughly when wanting to start a business or wanting to create another stream of income, to just really do your research and learn every aspect of what it is you're trying to do, and figure out a way to brand it and market it into the right people, into the right audience. That way you find yourself in a better position, and find yourself with the odds stacked in your favor when it comes to success. You know, this cleaning business I started 4 years, it'll be 5 years now, coming this new year. I started off with just one account first. You know, first check wasn't that much, but I was like, hey, it's a start. It's definitely a start. Then a month later, I came back. I had 4 accounts. I said, now we getting somewhere. And those 4 accounts turned to 8. 8 turned to 12. 12 turned to 17. 17 turned to 21. You know? So I was like, wow. And guess what? I worked 21 accounts by myself. I just scheduled it to where I was doing 4 a day. 4 a day. And sometimes 5. And I was able to maintain all those accounts. You know? Now, when I felt like my workload was becoming too much, after about 2 years, I went on ahead and trimmed the fat off the cow, and downsized a bit to where I was able to make what I was making and keep the accounts that were paying the most of it and everything like that, and kept the accounts, even if it wasn't paying the most, but kept the ones that made sense for me with travel, with expenses, with supplies and everything. I made it make sense for me and my family. And by doing that, it opened up other doors for opportunities that was more rewarding, and everything made sense. Everything came together the right way it was supposed to come. And I'm very happy and very grateful to the Most High God for allowing the opportunity for me to be able to work for myself. You know, nothing wrong with people that want to work a 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong, but I encourage you to find what it is that you're good at and really go hard at that. You know, and sometimes it takes little to nothing sometimes just to get going. You know, had I known what I knew now, I just would have went ahead and got an LLC for $99 and got me some supplies and went from there. However, I'm glad I went through that third party, because they got my foot in the door. It got my feet wet, got me some good experience, and I was able to really hit the ground running and really grow. You know, it's some people in the cleaning industry that can come in the door earning about 50 to 60 grand a year, and that 50 and 60 can easily, within a year and a half, 2 years, turn into $250,000 a year, $300,000 a year. You know, there's no cap to what you can really do if you build the right team around you, and you have the proper marketing, the proper skills, the proper time management. Professionalism is very keen in this, making sure you have a level of professionalism to elevate you to the next level. Quality as well. That's a big quality, and attention to detail. It's the small things, the things that you think that these companies aren't looking for. They are. You can't just sweep the dust under the rug literally and think that you're gonna get away with it. You have to really pay attention to what you're doing when you're in the cleaning business. And I have a very good eye for detail. So that's another thing that encouraged me to become a full-time cleaner. Just my attention to detail, the enjoyment of cleaning. I love to make things that are dirty look new again, or I love to tidy things up. I'm not an OCD, but I like things the way I like them, and that's clean. In my house, I stress we got to keep this clean. You'll see me steaming my bathroom down, steaming the toilet, steaming the tub, steaming the baseboards. I clean my house like I would clean for my customers. I want it to look right. When you walk in, I want you to smell that it's clean, But that's just a small story I wanted to share, is that, I quit my 9 to 5 and became a full-time cleaner, and it was one of the best decisions in life. And I just wanted to offer some encouragement for anyone that's looking to start a cleaning company, or any kind of company. Just go hard, go at it, and step out on faith. Stop being afraid. Stop being scared. Stop procrastinating. Stop dealing with that BS from your 9 to 5 and from your 3 to 11 or wherever you at. Stop taking that abuse. Some people go into these jobs and they're unhappy and stressed with what they're doing. They're not happy at all. They just there to pay a car note or pay the bills and barely make it. Just paycheck for paycheck. Find what it is that you're good at and apply yourself. Really apply yourself. And do what you got to do. Do what you have to do. And you will find yourself in a very, very positive frame of mind, stress-free, worry-free, and really enjoying what you're doing. But that's all for me today. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I will be back with more videos like this. And yes, I really appreciate you. Make sure you hit the like, leave a comment, and I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Peace.